Hi everyone and welcome back to another video with me Shruti Vashist from enlightenmentcourses.com. So in this video I'm going to be talking to you about the ascension symptoms that happen when your heart chakra starts to open up. What can you expect? What is perhaps not an ascension symptom? We might touch on that a little bit. I recently got a viewer question on this as well. So I'll be speaking about that along with everything in general about what happens when your heart chakra opens up, what to expect, etc. So if you like this kind of content, please give this video a thumbs up. That's how I get to know what type of videos you want to watch from me. Subscribe if you're new here and hit the bell notification as well, because otherwise you won't get notified when I put up a new video. And right now I'm in Kunur, which is this beautiful place in the south of India. And it's just really beautiful. Unfortunately right now it's raining outside, so I had to come back inside to film, but you should be seeing more videos from me that are filmed outside as well, over here on YouTube and on Instagram as well, so please check them out. The Instagram details will be shared below this video as well. So before we jump into this, I want to tell you that I have a course that talks about exactly this, that takes you through the process of embodying the fifth dimensional vibration, where your heart chakra opens up, and then the higher stages also that come after that land. There's actually many different stages, and opening of the heart chakra is just one of them. So I take you step by step through it, not just telling you about it, but taking you through the process. So this course has lots of creative exercises, it has meditations, it has videos like this of course, and it has lots of workbooks with creative exercises. So do check it out. It's a fun course. At the same time, it's a very empowering course, and it really will take you into the first level of your of the embodiment of your enlightenment, and it's quite a high level, the fifth dimensional vibration. Okay, so what ascension symptoms can you expect when your heart chakra is opening up? So the heart chakra I associate with the color green, and the first level of the heart chakra is green, and then inside of that we have another heart chakra which is called the higher heart chakra, which, you know, the color for that is magenta. But we're not going to be talking about that so much right now. Of course they're related, so some things will be overlapping, but when your heart chakra starts to open up, this is what you can expect. So if you're going through certain symptoms, ascension symptoms, and you can identify with these, then you know that your heart chakra has begun to open up. So the first one is heart fluttering. And I want to also, before I get into the video, I want to say that I'm not a doctor, and you know, some of these symptoms can be medical issues or whatever it is. So of course I'm not a doctor, so you have to take everything from, you know, with a pinch of salt and use your own wisdom as well. It's not meant to be a diagnosis of any kind. Okay, but the first symptom that you face when your heart chakra is opening up is that your heart activity starts. So this is not the physical heart. It's like, you know, your energy body starts to open up. You start feeling things at the energy level as well. And so these new sensations open up in your body, and this fluttering has to do with that. It's not your physical heart. So it's an energetic sort of fluttering. And you will know that it's a bit distinct, you know, if you're wondering, am I really going through something physical like a heart fluttering, which can be a medical issue? And for that matter, it applies to all of these symptoms. You know, if you're wondering if it's a physical issue or if it's something energetic, which is the opening of the higher heart, which is a good thing, then you will know, because you'll be feeling a lot of these. Usually that's when the higher heart, the heart is opening up, the heart chakra. So the first one, like I was saying, was heart fluttering, and you'll be feeling these activities where the heart, it feels like something inside your heart is opening up. And initially it might feel foreign, it might feel a bit weird as well, but it will be accompanied by these moments of feeling just so blissful, like, you know, you're out of this world blissful. Feeling blissful in a way that you've never experienced before, feeling peace in a way that you've never experienced before, along with moments where you are healing. So this detox process, which is a bit more challenging, where you're feeling like what is happening, you know, it feels a bit difficult, or your body might experience some pains. So it is a bit tricky, but I've made other videos on ascension symptoms. I'll link them up here, how to distinguish between ascension symptoms and medical issues. So I won't get into a lot of detail about that and repeat myself. But essentially, if you're experiencing ascension symptoms, you will be going through these periods of bliss in a way that you've never experienced before, because your spiritual state is opening up. These different spiritual levels inside of you are opening up. So even though the way that you move into those levels is through going through these transformations and this detox process, which can feel challenging, and can, you can experience aches in the body, etc. And things can come to the surface that had been suppressed before, whether they are unprocessed emotions or pains or whatever it might be. But there's going to be these frequent periods of feeling blissful as well, and they get more and more frequent. The more and more that you go into your heart, the more and more that you're healing. So with time, actually, they'll increase. So that's how you know that it's more of an ascension symptom. So heart fluttering, the best way I can describe it is it's these this light sort of sensations inside of the heart area. And another thing to know is that usually the heart area, the most of us experience it in the middle of the chest. So your heart, of course, lies on one side, the physical heart, but the energetic heart, you'll be feeling it, you'll start feeling it in the center of the chest, because that's where the heart chakra, the higher heart chakra, lies inside of there. And so the first heart chakra, the green part of it, also you'll start experiencing there. The second thing is a stagnant feeling. So the second ascension symptom, actually, maybe I should have spoken about this before, is that the detox process happens first. So along with these heart flutterings and feelings of feeling, which are accompanied with feeling blissful, you will be feeling a stagnant feeling in the heart as well. Like, what is this? Like, there's this muck around my heart, and like in the center of my chest, deep in the center of my chest, and I didn't know that it was there. Or what is this? You might think that it's new, but it's actually things that are coming to the surface, things that had been suppressed. And it's because you've called for that. It's because something inside of you has called to raise your vibration. And so anything that doesn't align with that vibration, that is lower than that, will come to the surface to be healed, to be integrated with that new level. So you might experience a stagnant feeling inside of your heart, but at the same time, the next ascension symptom is these feelings of expansion. So the heart fluttering and even the stagnation, after you feel those, you might feel this sense of expansion, like your heart has opened up. It's like when you go and there's fresh air in the mountains, and you go there and you just open up, and your heart just, is like blown open. It's like this love that you're feeling for nature. It's this love that you're feeling for all of life, and your heart is experiencing like it has grown a few different, like a few sizes, and it feels like there's more space inside, which is not really physical space, but you might initially feel like, there's this space inside of me. It's like there's this so much space inside the middle of my chest, inside my heart area, that I didn't know existed, and I'm capable of experiencing so much bliss. It's like it's going over my body, like it's coming out of my body, it's flowing out of my body. It's that much. So your heart is bigger than you thought. So that kind of a sensation, expansion of the heart chakra. Then the next thing again is a more challenging feeling, which is sensitivity. So that you might start feeling nervous. You might start feeling fears that you didn't know existed, or the ones that already existed in your life will get heightened. This general anxiety can set in, and these heightened emotions as well. So whatever you're going through in your life, if you're feeling a sense of dread, or you're feeling nervous, or you're feeling stressed in some way, you might respond, your body might respond in a bigger way than it has previously. So like I said, all of these, of course, the more challenging ones can be a sign of something medical or a mental illness or whatever it is. But at the same time, I'm saying, if it's an ascension symptom, a lot of the time you'll be feeling also these states of bliss that you have never known before. And gradually, they will get more and more, and the challenging ones will get less and less. In the beginning, of course, the challenging ones are a bit more, because you're detoxing. If you've ever gone through a detox process, like you're trying to detox, or you're doing a fast or any sort of detox, initially, the body is vomiting out everything, all the toxins that are not needed for it, whether that's energetic, whether that's at the energetic level or the physical level. So in this case, it will be energetic as well, the energetic detoxing, which might also translate into some physical detoxing, you know, like you're getting sick more, or yeah, just sick in different ways. Maybe you're getting the flu, maybe there's some aches and pains that you can't really explain. But again, like I keep telling you, they have to be accompanied by these more spiritual experiences, and moving into a state that you have not known before, into a more expansive state. And this is a feeling that only you can tell, you know. It's not something that I can really explain to you and give you a list. They can help for sure for you to identify, but it's like you know it when you're feeling it, because it's something you haven't felt before. It's like moving into a new level of vibration within yourself. It's like experiencing the God within you. It's like experiencing nature within you. It's experiencing this deep connection with life. So that's not something that can be explained with words. But if you can identify that you felt those things along with these other symptoms, then these are ascension symptoms. So the viewer that had a question for me in one of my recent videos, I think it was the one about ascension symptoms, they were talking about whether I have felt any pains in the middle of my chest, or if any medical issues like the blood pressure gets high or something. So I've already given you the list of the type of things you can experience when your heart chakra opens up, the broad ones. And now I want to talk about these more specifically. So to answer your question, I've never had pains in the middle of my chest, because I think this viewer was describing pains in the middle of their chest. What I felt in the middle of my chest is more like pressure. So rather than pain, it feels more like there's these new sensations that are bubbling up. And it feels like pressure. It feels like there's a fan inside of the middle of your chest, and that fan is slowly gaining speed. And as it gains speed, all of the dust that has been on the fan is slowly just moving away. And then it gets faster and faster as the things around it move away. The muck around it moves away, and it just gets more free and lighter. So that's what it should feel like. So initially it can feel a little bit more stagnant. So the words that I would use to describe it are more like stagnant and a feeling of pressure rather than pain. So if you're feeling pain, and especially if you're talking about having high blood pressure, I would obviously advise you, you know, to see some sort of a healthcare professional, whether that is alternative medicine or a regular doctor, whatever it is that you choose. And it's not uncommon that you get something like high blood pressure even when you're going through an ascension symptom. But at the same time, whichever reason it's, you know, whichever cause it is, you still, you know, I mean, we have to see a healthcare professional if it's something that can be a bit detrimental to our health. So of course, you know, whatever visit you have with your doctor, whatever advice they give you, you as the higher self will be able to implement it in the way that you deem best. That's the best that I can say for you. And if you're going through something like high blood pressure, like I said, or any other medical symptoms, it can happen, of course, because, you know, usually we go through a spiritual awakening. Many people go through a spiritual awakening when they have this dark night of the soul period. So they're going through something difficult in their life. It can be something medical. It can be an emotional issue in their life, like a relationship just ended, or it just out of the blue, you don't even know the reason, which is kind of what was happening in my case. And in my case, I put on a lot of weight because that's been, you know, something in my life. Like we all have these patterns, our human self, you know, these tendencies where we tend to overdo something. And usually that's what will bring you to your spiritual awakening as well, if you are to experience it in your life. So, but what I want to say is that that thing didn't last very long. So it was just this feeling of feeling stagnant and, you know, being overweight. I don't think I had high blood pressure as such, but I was definitely feeling sick inside of myself. So I immediately changed my diet. I became vegan. And when all of these things were happening inside of me, it became too much. Like all of the heart chakra is opening up, and I'm feeling everything, all of the muck and all of the emotional stuff coming up. I made very quick changes, and so any medical issues that may have been there, minor or major, whatever you want to call it, I was having some trouble sleeping at that time. I would say that was the biggest thing for me. Like the anxiety was the biggest thing. So all of that sort of became lesser and lesser pretty quickly, and the other stuff, which is the expansion stuff, became bigger and bigger. Now everybody has their own pace. It doesn't mean that you need to move through it fast, but I would still advise you to be in touch with some sort of a healthcare professional, especially if you know that you're experiencing something that will be considered a medical issue. And of course, when you're doing your spiritual practices and you're working with your own body, being in touch with your own body, tuning in, knowing what emotions you're going through, what sensations the body is going through, that in itself is going to do a lot of healing. So whichever sort of modality you're doing at a more physical level, it's just going to help with that. So that would be the best advice that I can give you with regards to this. Okay guys, so I hope that that was helpful for you. Just know that the main symptoms when you go through a heart awakening, a heart chakra awakening, a heart fluttering, a sense of expansion, and also these periods of feeling stagnant in your heart and in your body, and this sensitivity of emotions, of anxiety. But all of that just means you're becoming more sensitive and you're detoxing. So it can be a very positive thing. And I would say that regardless of whether you're going through ascension symptoms or not right now, it's something that every human can choose. So even if you're going through something medical, continue with your doctor, or whatever type of doctor you want to choose, you can avail of that. And at the same time, just have a connection with your body. The best advice I can give you is have a connection with your body. Meditate, know what's happening inside of your body. That is the real healing. The real healing begins there. The only reason that any sort of doctor is able to help you is because you believe that that's helping you. So it's all about belief. It's all about the energy that we carry in our body. So when you have a good relationship with your body, the energy that you carry will be positive, will be radiant, will be full of life, and it's automatically going to affect your health. So that is the first thing that I would advise anybody to do, whether you are sick, whether you are healthy, doesn't really matter. And yeah, I'll leave you with that. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe if you are new here, just a reminder, and check out the course that I was speaking about, Embody the Fifth Dimensional Vibration. It really is a very powerful course. It is the best course that I have. So check it out below this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.